You have watched the value of your airplane drop. You bought it for $80,000 2 years ago. You checked the classifieds last week. The same model, same year, same engine time is listed for 60. You tell yourself it is a fluke. The market is soft. It will come back. It will not. Your airplane is depreciating faster than a used car. Not because it is a bad airplane, because the forces against it are stronger than anything we have seen before. I am going to show you the data. I am going to explain the math, and I am going to tell you what is coming next. Let me start with a story. A friend of mine bought a 2006 Cessna 172 in 2021. He paid $120,000. That was the market price. He flew it for 3 years. He maintained it. He upgraded the avionics. He spent $15,000 on improvements. Last month, he decided to sell. He listed it for $90,000. That was a $30,000 loss from his purchase price. He thought it was fair. He was wrong. The only offer he received was $60,000. 60. He took it. He lost $60,000 in 3 years. That is $20,000 a year. That is faster depreciation than a luxury car. A BMW, a Mercedes, a Range Rover. Those cars lose value. They do not lose this fast. His airplane lost half its value in 3 years. That is not normal. That is a collapse. Here is why. Reason number 1, the leaded fuel phase-out. The EPA has set a deadline of 2030. That is 4 years away. The market is forward-looking. Buyers are pricing in the risk. They are asking themselves, if I buy this Cessna 172 today, will I be able to sell it in 5 years? Will I be able to fuel it? Will I be able to register it? The answers are uncertain. Uncertainty reduces value. A Cessna 172 that was worth $120,000 in 2021 is now worth $60,000. That is a 50% drop. In 3 years. That is faster than any used car. The average used car loses 15% of its value in 3 years. Your airplane has lost 50%. That is not a correction. That is a crash. Reason number 2, the AD explosion. We have talked about this before. The FAA is issuing new airworthiness directives at a record pace. Each AD costs money. Some cost a little, some cost a lot. The cumulative effect is huge. A Cessna 172 that had 3 active ADs in 2021 now has 7. The cost of compliance has doubled. The value of the airplane has dropped to reflect that cost. Buyers are not stupid. They know that the airplane they buy today will have more ADs tomorrow. They discount the price. That discount is accelerating. Your airplane is depreciating faster because the ADs are coming faster. Reason number 3, the mechanic shortage. The average age of an A&P mechanic is 54. The schools are not producing enough replacements. The ones they produce are going to the airlines. The result is that general aviation mechanics are becoming scarce. They are raising their rates. $150 an hour, $200, $250. The cost of an annual inspection has doubled in 5 years. The cost of a cylinder replacement has tripled. The cost of a magneto overhaul has quadrupled. These costs are not optional. They are required. They reduce the value of your airplane. A buyer will pay less for an airplane that costs more to maintain. That is simple finance. Your airplane is depreciating faster because the cost of maintaining it is rising faster. Reason number 4, the insurance crisis. Insurance rates for general aviation aircraft have doubled in 3 years. For older airplanes, for high-time engines, for owners with less than perfect records, the rates have tripled. The insurance companies are losing money. They are raising rates. Those rates are a cost of ownership. They reduce the value of your airplane. A buyer will pay less for an airplane that costs more to insure. That is finance. Your airplane is depreciating faster because the insurance is rising faster. Reason number 5, the demographic cliff. The average age of an aircraft owner is 57. They are retiring from flying. They are selling their airplanes. The problem is that there are not enough young buyers to replace them. The number of active private pilots has dropped from 600,000 in 2000 to 400,000 today. That is 200,000 fewer potential buyers. The supply of used airplanes is fixed. The demand is shrinking. That is economics. Prices fall. Your airplane is depreciating faster because the pool of buyers is shrinking faster. Let me pause here. I want you to think about your own airplane. What did you pay for it? What is it worth today? What do you think it will be worth in 5 years? Go to the comments. Tell me, because the numbers are shocking. Most owners do not know how fast their airplane is depreciating. They look at the asking prices online. They see similar airplanes listed for high prices. They do not see the sold prices. The sold prices are lower, much lower. Your airplane is worth less than you think. Much less. And it is dropping faster than you think. Now let me compare airplanes to cars. A 2019 Honda Civic cost $20,000 new. Today, it is worth about $15,000. That is a 25% drop in 5 years. A 2019 Cessna 172 cost $350,000 new. Today, it is worth about $200,000. That is a 43% drop in 5 years. A 2019 Cirrus SR22 cost $700,000 new. Today, it is worth about $400,000. That is a 43% drop in 5 years. The airplane depreciated almost twice as fast as the car. Not because the airplane is worse, because the forces against it are stronger. The fuel, the ADs, the mechanics, the insurance, the demographics. The car faces none of those. The car is simple. The car is cheap to maintain. The car is cheap to insure. The car has a huge pool of buyers. The airplane has none of those things. That is why your airplane is depreciating faster than a used car. Let me give you another comparison. A 2005 Porsche 911 cost $80,000 new. Today, it is worth about $40,000. That is a 50% drop in 20 years. A 2005 Cessna 172 cost $200,000 new. Today, it is worth about $60,000. That is a 70% drop in 20 years. The airplane depreciated faster. Not because it is a bad airplane, because the world has changed. The Porsche is still desirable. It is still usable. It still runs on the same fuel. It still uses the same roads. The Cessna is less desirable. It is less usable. It runs on fuel that is being phased out. It uses airports that are closing. It requires mechanics that are retiring. The world has moved on. The airplane has not. That is why it is depreciating faster. Now let me talk about the future. The depreciation is accelerating, not slowing. A Cessna 172 that lost 30% of its value in the last 3 years will lose another 30% in the next 3. A Piper Cherokee that lost 40% will lose another 40. A Beechcraft Bonanza that lost 50% will lose another 50. The depreciation is not linear. It is exponential. It is a curve. And the curve is steepening. The closer we get to 2030, the faster the depreciation. The closer we get to the leaded fuel ban, the faster the depreciation. The closer we get to the mechanic shortage, the faster the depreciation. The closer we get to the demographic cliff, the faster the depreciation. Your airplane is a falling knife. Do not try to catch it. Let me pause again. I want you to think about your own timeline. How long do you plan to keep your airplane? If you plan to keep it for 5 years, you will lose most of its value. If you plan to keep it for 10 years, you will lose all of its value. The only way to avoid the depreciation is to sell now. Not next year. Not the year after. Now. The buyers are still there. Not as many as before. Not paying as much as before. But they are there. They will pay something. In 2 years, they will not be there. Or they will pay nothing. Sell now, take the loss, move on. Or hold and watch your investment evaporate. Those are your choices. Here is my advice. If you own an airplane that is not a light sport, not an experimental, not a turbine, not a modern certified single with a known path to unleaded fuel. Sell it. Sell it now. Do not wait for the market to improve. The market will not improve. It will get worse. Much worse. The depreciation is accelerating. The longer you wait, the more you lose. I know it hurts. I know you paid more. But that money is gone. It is not coming back. Your choice is not between a good price and a bad price. Your choice is between a bad price and a worse price. Sell now. If you are a buyer, do not buy a depreciating asset. Do not buy a Cessna 172. Do not buy a Piper Cherokee. Do not buy a Beechcraft Bonanza. They are falling knives. You will catch them. You will get cut. Instead, buy a light sport. Buy an experimental. Buy a turbine if you can afford it. Buy something that will hold its value. Buy something that is not threatened by the fuel ban, the AD explosion, the mechanic shortage, the insurance crisis, the demographic cliff. Those airplanes exist. They are not cheap, but they will not depreciate like a falling knife. They will hold their value. They might even appreciate. The future is light sport. The future is experimental. The future is turbine. The future is not your father's Cessna. The future is something else. Let me give you a list. The Aeropract Foxbat, the Pipistrel Virus, the Rands S21, the Vans RV series, the Kit Fox, the Cubcrafters X-Cub. These are the airplanes that will hold their value. These are the airplanes that will survive. These are the airplanes that are not depreciating faster than a used car. They are appreciating, or holding steady, because they are not threatened by the same forces. They burn autogas. They are simple. They are cheap to maintain. They are cheap to insure. They appeal to younger pilots. They are the future. Buy one, or buy nothing. But do not buy a legacy gas burner. It is a trap. It is a sinking ship. It is a falling knife. Get out, or stay out. Those are your choices. Here is my final thought. Your airplane is depreciating faster than a used car. Not because it is a bad airplane, because the world has changed. The world does not care about your nostalgia. The world cares about progress. Progress is unleaded. Progress is electric. Progress is efficient. Progress is quiet. Your Cessna is none of those things. It is loud. It is dirty. It is inefficient. It is expensive to maintain. It is hard to fuel. It is hard to insure. It is hard to sell. It is dying. Not because you want it to, because the market has decided. The regulators have decided. The demographics have decided. The math has decided. Your airplane is worth less every day. The depreciation is accelerating. The crash is coming. Sell now or hold and lose. The choice is yours. The clock is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. What are you gonna do?